Generation other question of that, so how they seem much of Charlie Charles
Amen.
Oh, there are people saying other conversations as long as I'm
Amen.
The fire going to be made and the Holy Child goes on coming from it. Yes, may I call all my life square to travel so
Amen.
The only government of the church is one so never was about me and Boma
Amen.
To Scava, so it's a wisdom the Holy Child called on one division.
Amen.
Yes, I'm around I can't tell when I call it Amen.
Amen.
I saw some around for yes, it's my no I saw him amen.
Amen. Should I ask you how
No, I did not allow how far it's time away and I probably should have
Amen. 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 That's our Kadosh Baruch Hu was Zakis. So, the people are here, but then tell me to Shneim, I don't know what's it going. Axel tell you that the other. Amen. 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 So we mentioned last night that today's the yard site of the Rambam. I learned today's also the yard site of the grandfather of the Or HaChaim HaKadosh. And his name was Chaim Ibn Atar. It's just like his grandson. Or Chaim HaKadosh. His grandfather had the same name as him. Also, his yard site, he was known as Chaim Ibn Atar Hazakin.
You remember what his name of the grandson?
Who?
Judy's nephew or cousin.
Did he go?
Judy lost his.
Yeah, from Cold Street, yeah.
His family member was now really guy.
Really? Yeah. He passed away in Taf Pei Aleph. 303 years ago, yeah? No. Yeah. 303 years ago. Taf Pei Aleph.
It's fun.
Grandfather, I only saw because someone sent me something about last night. There was a Farbrengen for the Yartzeit of the Rambam, Rav Chaim's grandfather, and Baba Sali's grandfather. You have Yaakov Abu Chatzira. So Granite, the Sephardic shul over there had a Farbrengen, and Someone sent me a picture of someone over there doing something. So that's why I know. No, they have her bring in the Crown Heights Marriv Jewish Center. They have her bringing for the Rambam's yard site and Har Chaim's grandfather's yard site. It was paid for by the grandchildren of Baba Sali, whose grandfather's yard site is coming up.
Baba Sali used to do all the also, especially the Hasidim used to do himself all his life. Or certain Hasidim used to love the Hasidim.
Of course.
He used to be grateful for them. He used to do the.
But this is what his grandfather. This is his grandfather's yard site.
I'm saying that
His grandchildren sponsored the Farbrengen, but it was for their great grandfather, I don't know, whatever.
he's the beginning of it. The same is the one where he cut.
Rabbi Yaakov, let's see.
Was the he went for
So he's the one with the red carpet story, the famous magic carpet. Huh? Aladdin. All right. Today's also the anniversary of the printing of the first Gemara in Cecchino Press in Italy, 1483. They printed the first edition of printed edition. Before then, everything was copied by hand. In 1483, the first printed edition from Cecchino Press in Italy. Just so happens that someone just dedicated a new set of Cecchino Gemaras for us. Should be coming any day. Cecchino, tell me. Cecchino. No, there's the Cecchino is the original. Okay, there's the original Cecchino Gemaras. That's from 1400. That's probably worth $1 million. I don't know if anybody has them.
Some of them are.
Maybe, I think the Rebbe's library has.
Some of them are part. The Sephardic one in the very part of the machine.
So there was a New Age Cecchino Press which did the first translation. They called it Cecchino Press to remember the original Cecchino Press, but it's a New Age thing. It's not. I mean, probably 40 years ago. That was the original translation of the Gemara into English.
But it's a Sephardic version. It's not.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Is it what? No, it wasn't translated in English in 1492. No way. I don't think so. I think it's no.
Why do they call it that?
Because that was the original. That was the original printing press. So they called it printing press. I don't know. Yes, something's on. Something common. And tonight is the birthday, and according to Sefer Hadaris, thank you. It's also the yard site of Shimon, who made Ruvain a brother. Shimon made Ruvain a brother. Before Shimon was born, Ruvain wasn't a brother. Yeah?
No, actually, the thing is going to be not.
That Shimon married to Dinah. Yeah? But, yes, and what happened to the child born from Chamor and Shechem? Mary Joseph. Asnat. It's such an incredible story. How Hashem makes the whole world run. Bas Potiphar, right? So I guess Potiphar, whatever. They liked the Hebrew slaves. Whoever came down from there, that's what they bought. So they bought Yosef, and then they bought Yosef, and then they bought Dina, yeah. Okay, yeah, so Yosef, right? Because Potiphar, they bought her. Probably. Or by Tifa. Okay. Whatever, however you want to say it. I don't know, learning in the Mamlas, but according to Mamlas brings it down. I don't know. Medrash Mamlas, yeah. He probably brings it to the source. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to learning about a bris milah, and we said that if the baby was born on Shabbos, then it pushes off. Not doesn't push off. It overrides Shabbos. That you have the bris on Shabbos. However, we said that is only if it's for sure born on Shabbos. If the baby was born on Friday night, bein hashmashos, between at twilight, between sundown and sunset, or Matzah Shabbos, Saturday night, during Shalosh Shudas time, between sundown and sunset. So then we said the bris will be pushed off until Sunday because it's not a vada, it's not a for sure. Now, bris is also connected to tefillin. How's bris connected to tefillin? Both of them are ois and Shabbos. We have, Hashem says, I have two. The Torah says, Apishnayim Edim Yakum Davar. According to two witnesses shall the matter stand. So whenever we have to testify, we have two witnesses to testify. So much so that the Torah says that if a person has only one witness, don't bother coming to court. Because your testimony is only going to be lashon hara. It's not going to accomplish anything. And your testimony has to be able to accomplish something. So one without the other, it's the only time we see that we don't see a half a loaf is better than none.
No, in the Mikdash, they used to say, in the future, hopefully somebody was
Depends for the moon. Not for a din in the fascist.
No, also for the moon.
Yes, but you don't have to be together. There doesn't mean for the moon doesn't have to be together. We're more lenient when it comes to the moon. When it doesn't have to do with people. When people it does not have to do with
how bris is related.
Shabbos and tefillin. All three, Shabbos, tefillin, and bris are all three considered witness, a testimony. Shabbos, we say in Mishamru, Atil Olam, it's a sign for the world. Shabbos is a sign for the world. Hashem created the world. Tefillin, we say, it should be a sign for you on your hand. Right? So it's a sign for you. And by bris, also bris is a sign between us and Hashem. So it says that we always have to have two witnesses testifying that we're part of Hashem. Needs two witnesses to testify that we're His. So on Shabbos we have Shabbos, and the bris is always with us. Bris doesn't go away. So bris is one. Shabbos we have Shabbos and Yom Tov. And then during the week we have tefillin, and that's why we don't put on tefillin on Shabbos or Yom Tov. Where the dispute is Chol HaMoed considered, is the intermediate days of Yom Tov considered like Shabbos or Yom Tov? So according to Svardim and Chasidim, we consider it almost like a Yom Tov. Saying the way we do it, Svardim and Chasidim, we don't put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. Some Ashkenazim do put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed because it's Chol HaMoed. It's Moed, but it's Chol HaMoed. Chol HaMoed is you say it's like a bit of an oxymoron. It's both. Chol means weekday. Moed means Yom Tov. Is it weekday? Is it more weekday or is it more Yom Tov? Siddim and Tzvarim say it's more of a Yom Tov, and therefore we don't put on tefillin because the Yom Tov is our ice, our sign, and Ashkenazim holds more of a Chol HaMoed. It's more of a weekday. What? Not all Ashkenazim. Not obviously Siddim. Wherever you are, I'm saying that wasn't some Ashkenazim.
Only for men.
Yeah, only for men.
For women. Or how does it work?
Shabbos they have Shabbos, and they don't need it. They're the husband, yeah. They don't need it. They don't need it. The woman doesn't have to wear yarmulke either. The woman doesn't need a yarmulke. Here's some interesting laws. Here. All right. Okay, so now if we mentioned before, if a child has jaundice, the baby is yellow, then we don't give them the bris until the baby is healthy. Now, or if the baby's too small, or for a whole thing of reasons. I was at almost bris recently, Miami Beach.
You went and they canceled.
It's happened. That's happened more than once. But I was at the bris, and the baby had the mother said the baby had an eye infection. Okay, so they kept on pushing it off. After the bris, they kept on waiting. It was waiting. The mother had the baby had a little mark on the eye. I think the mother was a little extreme. I don't agree with him at all, but this is what I'm telling you what happened. He said it was based on Rabbi Shapiro was there. Rabbi Shapiro went with the mother. He says, "Mother says, let's we go." And the truth is, that's what Shulchan Aruch says. You go by the mother, huh? So whatever the mother does, I would a different mother would have said differently, and then we would have done differently. But that's what mother said, and that was it. But they had a mark in the eye, like a red, like a red mark in the eye, like. So he said the eye's infected. They went to the doctor, and the doctor said it's okay. Mother said, "No, I'm not doing this."
I said, I'm waiting to find out about bris.
And Rabbi Shapiro said you have to go. That's the Shulchan Aruch said you go by them. And the fact is that when it comes to the baby being yellow, the miles are more right than the doctors, because they deal with it more. But you do have with Avremel, I think it was, with Ari. I don't remember.
They have more knowledge.
They're more knowledge when it comes to baby being yellow. So.
One of you was.
Yeah. So the birthing center, we had the baby. They said they think it's okay to have. They think it's good. The mile said, or Selma said, I think it's a little yellow. So they said for a blood test to check, and there was a bet made between the midwife Carol and Rabbi Selma, the mile.
No way. Carol made a bet with her.
Now she said, I according to my professional knowledge, it's the number is X. The mother said according to I think the number is, but he said I'm not 100% sure, and she says I'm pretty sure, but I'm sure also I'm going to lose to him. He's probably, and he was right. He was right. She was wrong. And they do thousands of babies that come through there. But the mile, and the Shulchan Aruch says we go by the mile of this because the mile. And so over here we take always the stricter path. Comes to the bris. All right, to be continued.
I hope that was bris next week.
Amen. The baby was born already?
Yeah.
Okay, good work.
Yes.
Oh, Mazel tov. Very nice. Mazel tov.
That's what I'm waiting for. I think it's
Baby was born.
So I'm trying to see maybe if last week maybe I picked up my mother from Kingston. Yes, I don't know.
You're busy.
I just looked at the plastic and then I done a plastic.
You'll get that like on the message.
Yeah, right. I had 500 going to the plastic, and maybe someone picked me up, or maybe I go to Kingston and drop my mother because she's here because my other sisters do. So we'll see.
Maariv, he's anything. What's that, Maariv? What's because of Maariv?
It's like 2 years.
Yeah?
3, 4 years.
The point is.
3, 4 years is first kid.
Oh, for sure. It's not anything good after. Big mazel tov to Ami. The official engagement of the panel and Raquel, official Say Shabbat. Mati Shabbos, Nabila L'chaim. I'm just saying, this morning we announced also to Ami and Mazel Tov on the marriage to Yocheved and the birth of Moshe. Today's Chumash, both today's Chumash.
No, where were you? Go back there. Right there it's harder because it's coming straight at you. No, so it's always
Izgadal, Vizgadash, Shemei Rabba. Elmad Igrach El Sebe, Mlikmat Sebe, Tzmach Kareme, Kareme Shikei. Chayfon, Umchon, Chay Lechol Bet Israel, Rabala, Bizman Karib, Imbro, Amen. Shemei Rabba, Mubarak, Olam, Maya, Yitzhak, Tishtebach, Bitvar, Bitamah, Bitnaseh, Bitadar, Bitaleh, Bitalal, Shmei Legdusha, Berichu. העילה מכל גפתה ושילתה ושפחתה ונחמתה לעמידה בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיא וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל אמן. עושה שלום יחמיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Yeshua Banecha, Kidus Gita Purisha Gashaka, Rosada Karash, Pida Paritzin, Atil Rikan, Kishis, Puma Mirabete, Romacha, Shusuna Matsumara, Medical maybe the Mayim Kavan, Shabbat, that's how this work exactly itself. The Nira here, but then 10 minutes now, then what's not it guy, I just say that we got him.
קדוש קדוש שמי רבה ועלמה דיברה כדוצא והמלים הכותב ועצמם כרם וכרם משקי חייכונו ומכונו חיי לכל בית ישראל ועלה ובזמן קרי לנדרו
אמן שמי רבה
ויהי שמי רבה ועלמה יתברך ויסתבח ויתבואר ויתבח ויתנסה ותדר ויתעלה ויתעלה לשמי לקדושה בריחו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תשוקתה ונחמתה והמילה בעלמה ואמרו אמן על ישראל ועל רבנן ועל תלמידי יום ועל כל תלמידי יום ועל כל מאן דעסקי ברייתה די בהתרעתים ודי בכל אתר ואתר יהיה לכון ולכון שלמה רבה חינה וחיזה ורחמים וחיים אריכים מזונה רוויחה פולגנה מנקדם אבון דבשמיא ואמרו אמן יהי שלמה רבה מי שמיה וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום למרומה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן
tomorrow morning 9 o'clock no 7 o'clock minion this week just a 9 o'clock minion where they'll tell the minion Shikaya
and